Welcome to Mark's British Airways Fleet Update, looking at short and long-haul fleets.
Welcome to another British Airways Fleet Update. Lots happening across the various British Airways fleets, and I'm pleased to be able to give you an update on aircraft that are moving around, aircraft in and out of service. So let's get the show on the road.
Let's kick off with the British Airways City Flyer Fleet Update. All about their Embraer 190 fleet.
The rotation of the London City Embraer fleet to Exeter continues. Lima Charlie Alpha Echo returned from maintenance at Exeter on the 13th of January on the City Flyer 9760 back into passenger service the next day on an Amsterdam rotation. 2 days previously, Lima Charlie Yankee Oscar had flown from London City down to Exeter, also on the City Flyer 9760. And last time we spoke about Lima Charlie Alpha Foxtrot stranded at Milan Malpensa after that engine failure on takeoff from Florence on the 4th of January. The aircraft was able to safely land in Milan Malpensa. That's where it remains. British Airways now have the challenge of how they get that aircraft repaired and back into service. Stating the obvious, with an engine out, it can't fly away from Milan until that's rectified. So no doubt some spare parts, a spare engine will have to be shipped to Milan and a repair undertaken on site, I would imagine, before the aircraft can return to service. So it'll be interesting to see just how long that takes. That's an update on the City Flyer fleet.
Time to check out the Gatwick-based Airbus fleet of BA Euroflyer. Tell us what score with the Gatwick short-haul fleet, Mark.
Last time we spoke about Echo Uniform X-Ray India at Birmingham for maintenance. Been there since the 15th of December and it remains there. Also updated you last time on the attempted return of sister ship Echo Uniform X-Ray Juliet from Madrid to Gatwick on the 9th of January with an aborted departure after takeoff. The aircraft flew straight back to Madrid. Tried again on the 12th of January, successful takeoff and arrival at Gatwick. 3 days to, I think, have a look at the aircraft, sort the problem, back into traffic on the 15th of January. Golf Alpha Tango Kilo remains at Madrid, where it's been since the 4th of January. Golf Alpha Tango November remains at Glasgow since the 29th of November. And Golf Alpha Tango Papa flew from Gatwick to Glasgow on the Euroflyer 9750 movement on the 14th of Jan for maintenance at British Airways at Glasgow. One other aspect of the Gatwick Euroflyer fleet to update on is some news on wet leases. We've seen this before, but British Airways are to wet lease 2 aircraft during 2025 from UK charter operator Titan Airways. We're going to see an Airbus A320 from February actually through the rest of the winter season, through the summer to November, based at Gatwick, and an Airbus A321 March to April, and that will be replaced by an A320 May to November. So 2 aircraft on hire, slightly different types through the year. Full routes to be used, not yet disclosed, but we understand Tenerife features in that list.
Across the London Heathrow to check out the Airbus narrow-body short-haul fleet of aircraft.
Quite a few of the 319s at Heathrow have been out of traffic. Delta Bravo Charlie Foxtrot returned from Dublin on the 16th of January, flying the BA 9270 back to traffic the next day. Delta Bravo Charlie Bravo remains at Madrid for maintenance since the 3rd of January, and Delta Bravo Charlie Kilo remains at Birmingham for maintenance and I think a refit since the 8th of January. 2 aircraft in Abu Dhabi, Echo Uniform Papa Romeo there since the 6th of January and Echo Uniform Papa Sierra since the 10th of December. And on the A320 fleet, well, Echo Uniform Kilo flew out from London Heathrow to Dublin for maintenance. The BA 9273 on the 10th of January. Tango November Echo remains at Glasgow since the 13th of December for maintenance, and Tango November Hotel returned from Madrid maintenance on the 10th of January as the BA 9276. Malta's another location for maintenance. November Echo Oscar Sierra returned from there. BA 9278 on the 11th of Jan, replaced the next day with an aircraft flying out on the BA 9277 to Malta. Quite interesting that they couldn't coordinate those flights, obviously separate crew heading in and out of Malta. We've been using these updates to keep you up to speed on what's happening with Wi-Fi fitment on the A320 and 321 fleet of aircraft based at Heathrow. Tango November Victor flew from Heathrow up to Prestwick on the 5th of January, returning from Prestwick on the 10th. Tango November Yankee headed up on the 10th, the aircraft flown by the pilots that brought the previous aircraft back. That was there till the 17th, replaced by Tango November Uniform. Now, over the last couple of months, what that means is 7 of the aircraft shown there on the screen in the A320 fleet have been fitted belatedly with Wi-Fi. Remember, these are recent arrivals in the BA fleet that came out of the factory in Toulouse without Wi-Fi fitted. That's sort of standard practice, but it's taken a long time to get the fitment sorted, and all 5 of the recent Airbus A321 deliveries have now Wi-Fi fitted.
Now, it's time for the long-haul fleet update. Staying with Airbus, let's go double deck and see what's been happening with the A380 fleet.
On the British Airways A380 fleet, services to Los Angeles resumed after a bit of disruption with the fire that had taken place, really commercial disruption of passengers not wanting to travel. The A380 has stepped back into the BA 193 to Dallas, Fort Worth on a daily basis from the 1st of January. And it's the BA 57 down to Johannesburg in South Africa, where most of the disruption in recent days has been felt. On the 12th of January, BA had to substitute a 777-300 Sierra Tango Bravo Kilo for the flight. And on the 17th of Jan, the aircraft actually went technical and the flight was delayed until the following evening on the 18th. Echo India, the aircraft in trouble. Echo Delta, the replacement. Sadly, reports continue to come in of defective toilets, in-flight entertainment, the Wi-Fi not working, seat defects. So BA still struggling, I think, with the reliability and the customer experience of this fleet. No prospect of first or club suite refit until well into next year. Echo Alpha, the first of the aircraft built for BA, remains in Manila since the 25th of November. And we're just hearing reports that a couple of aircraft in March might be headed to Shannon in Southern Ireland for a repaint.
And now, let's review the comings and goings across BA's biggest long-haul fleet, the Boeing 777 fleet.
And let's have a look at some of the 777s that aren't even yet in the British Airways fleet. You're probably aware BA have 18 777X Series 9 aircraft on order. The type is running really very late indeed, of course, linked to a lot of those challenges in Boeing, a consequence of the 737 MAX debacle, and then some specific 777X issues that have emerged. One of which was the suspension of test flights last September after a cracked thrust link was found that transfers the thrust from the engines to the aircraft body. It's rumoured that they're ready to restart testing again now in the US, so Boeing hopefully able to get that program back up and running. Let's hope so. Great to hear some news on the 777X fleet for British Airways. Well, on the aircraft that are currently in service, Yankee Mike Lima returned from Gatwick, where it had been doing some work on the Gatwick route, BA 9176 to Heathrow, and then straight into service that afternoon on a Houston flight, the BA 197. Gatwick 777 Victor India Oscar remains under maintenance in Taipei. Yankee Mike Sierra remains at Cardiff since the 18th of December, as does Golf Sierra Tango Bravo Hotel, the 777-300. Victor India Victor, which we've talked about here many times before. Here's a photograph of it, all tucked up with its engines concealed. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere very soon. It's been fitted with club suites, but BA struggling to get approval for the work. Paperwork has to go through the American Federal Aviation Authority because of those challenges I mentioned just a few moments ago with Boeing. And sister ship Victor India Whiskey remains in Teruel in Spain. Possibly it's gone there for some painting. It's quite interesting because we think that is the next aircraft to go through the Club Suites fitment. So it's interesting that they're messing about with it over in Spain first. Perhaps a sign that it's not headed to Cardiff any time soon.
Time now to check out the 3 variants of Boeing Dreamliner that BA operates out of London Heathrow.
7879 Kilo Juliet left Abu Dhabi maintenance after just over a month on the 18th of January. The BA 9176, its flight empty, back after arriving on the 14th of December. That's maintenance work they can't fit in at Cardiff or Heathrow. 7878 Juliet Charlie has settled down at Cardiff for its club suites fitment and refresh. That, of course, the third of its fleet to be fitted with the new club suites. And no movement yet for 78710 Lima that we think is finished at Charleston at the Boeing facility, but not yet registered and not yet started its airborne testing. Well, we're keeping track here on Mark's Trains, Planes and Trams of what 787s in the BA fleet are not available for traffic over substantial periods of time. There are currently 3 of the 787-8 series. I've mentioned one at Cardiff for Club Suites fitment. Sister ship Juliet Echo is rather sorry for itself, having been out of traffic since the 10th of July without engines. Juliet Delta has been out of traffic at Heathrow for a month. We're about to see the return of 7879 Kilo Juliet, but Kilo Oscar is also a long-term stocked aircraft, the longest of all of the 787s at Heathrow since the 25th of June. And rather unfortunately, a relatively new aircraft to the fleet. Lima Delta on the 787-10 fleet has been out of traffic for about 4 months now. 23rd of September that aircraft last flew and remains out of traffic at London Heathrow. There's your update on the Dreamliner fleet.
That's everything for this BA Fleet Update. Always good to get your thoughts and contributions. Catch you on this channel for another BA Fleet Update very soon.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe and click the notification button so you don't miss any of the great trips Mark has coming your way on this YouTube channel.